In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, dear friends and fellows, look, we remain desirous of, interacting with the important people, with the people who are successful enough in their lives. We remain quite desirous of, being with those people, initiating a kind of relationship with these people, then letting the relationship grow. This remains something very, very important on our agenda. Maybe in a society like that of Pakistan, where there is a no or little rule of law, and everything else is most of the things are decided by the important people, by the VIPs, by the important people, by the successful people, by the wealthy, influential people. So maybe for this reason, we remain too much desirous of getting closer to these people, and also we are remain desirous of taking advantage of this relationship, mean earning certain benefits out of it. That is all right, and obviously it cannot be criticized in the given circumstances. But there are certain other things to be talked about it as well, and those certain other things are that you know not necessarily we are going to get whatever we want out of this relationship, out of this interaction. Sometimes we, instead of gaining certain benefits, we do make investment. We do spend our good amount of time, energy, financial resources, and whatever we can, but with the little or no results at certain other occasions, in certain other situation, a person does loses instead of gaining. But it doesn't mean that all the time it will be a sort of a losing situation, losing experience. Not necessarily so. People are obviously taking advantage of these relationships and taking a lot of advantage in a society like that of Pakistan, because influence does matter and matter a lot. So without disagreeing with this policy, without criticizing this policy, because every policy has certain roots and certain reasons behind it, I have another thing to say, and that thing is that why not to develop, why not to interact with the people for the sake of learning? Why not to go to the different situation, in the different, you can say, in the different sort of atmosphere, gatherings, meeting the people, observing the people for one reason, and this one reason should be that I want to learn certain important things out of that particular person. And learning, I think it is really, really, really important. It is, maybe it is more important than anything else. Maybe it is more important than anything else. Why am I saying this thing, by the way? There are certain solid reasons behind it. Let's talk about these reasons. First of all, dear friends, look, mean we can gain the advantage of learning by just observing the people. By just observing the people, we can learn. And mean ke if at all we are observing them, so the learning cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped, because we are listening to a person, because we are watching a person. We are listening and watching many people in the gatherings. So there is a the kind of the sort of process, the process of learning keeps going well even without the consent of the other people. While as for seeking favors from those people, from the influential people is concerned, it will only happen if at all the people agree to do that, and they might not be so generous. It might not be that much frequent, but gaining the favors from the other people. But as for the learning from the people is concerned, it is very, very frequent. It is quite frequent, because we don't need the consent of those people at all. And number one. Number two, these things will remain with us forever. Whatever we have learnt out of a particular person, out of observing someone else, it will remain with us forever. Nobody can snatch it from us. Even that particular person from whom we have learned something else cannot take it back from us. Now look what is the difference. Cannot take it back from us at all. It will remain with us forever. We can keep benefiting from it for the rest of our life. And not only this thing, we can share it with our friends, with our loved ones. We can share it with many other people as a sadaqah jariya. You know, this is why I think that instead of seeking favors, that is also okay in a society like that of Pakistan. There is a kind of logic and a solid reason behind it. I mean, I cannot afford to disagree with this thing, but this thing is equally important or even more important, that we should prefer the process of learning. We should try to associate ourselves with those people from whom we can learn and from whom we can learn reasonably good amount of knowledge, wisdom, informations. So always try to get closer to those people who can teach us something and teach us something really important. It is as simple as this one. Dear friends, not complicated at all, not complicated at all, my dear friends. So let's change our preferences. Or if at all we cannot change our preferences, let's make a decision. Let's take a conscious choice. Make a conscious choice that from now onward I shall be paying quite a good amount of attention and importance to the people and to the situations from whom I can learn something. I can learn many things. Learning must be our top priority, and this learning actually will make us a more competent person, a more skilled enough in the sense that we do have to live here in this world, and we are living here in this society, and obviously the skills are needed. Obviously the informations, the knowledge, the wisdom, the skills are needed, and even I think sometimes these ordinary contexts, and these ordinary contexts might not be that miser to lend us the cooperation, because we are important to them as well. As for the important people are concerned, they might not give us that much importance at all. But I think that keeping aside all of that, one thing must be very clear, crystal clear to each one of us, and that is that we have to learn. We should give enough preference and importance to the process of learning, and it will get the things done for us, inshallah. It will benefit us far more than anything else. So it's like that.